You don't need motivation, you need momentum, because the thing about motivation is sometimes you don't have it. So if you want to pursue something, let's say you want to be a content creator, you're not always going to feel motivated to make videos, but you can build momentum by actually doing things that you don't want to do. Every step that you take builds a little momentum. So focus on that rather than the motivation. Like if you're not motivated to make videos, just try and do it anyway, because the more momentum you build, the more motivation that you have. So it's like you're focusing on the wrong thing. It's kind of like you're trying to start a car, but you're like, oh man, the keys won't work. When in reality, what you got to do is you got to start pushing it from the back, right? When your car is stuck, you put it in neutral and you push it from the back to get it rolling a little bit. You have to do the same thing in your life. You have to focus on the momentum that you build rather than the motivation, right? If you were sitting there trying to start a car that wouldn't start and you just did that forever, then you will never get anywhere. But if you put it in neutral and you start pushing the car, then you build some momentum. So focus on that. So let's say you want to be a content creator, right? Just focus on being consistent making videos, because that will build you momentum, and then maybe you'll get the results. But you'll never feel motivated. You'll never be like, oh, this video is going to get a million views, so I might as well make this video. You don't know how many views you're going to get, right? So you're not going to get motivated by the results because you haven't even started. So it's like, make sure that you're focusing on the momentum, focus on the inputs. So many people, they focus on the outputs, and they think that like, oh, if I just focus on the outputs, I'll be motivated to do it. No, you want to focus on the inputs. You want to focus on building momentum as much as you can, because that is what takes you to the next level. What takes you to the next level, what actually gets you to be consistent, is focusing on building momentum. It's doing things when you don't want to, and that's what discipline is. But the thing about discipline is that it builds momentum, it builds habits. Like I've posted a video now for like over like 130 days in a row. And the reason I'm doing this is because like the more consistent I am making videos, the better my videos get, the better I get speaking on camera, the more followers and subscribers I get. So, and I've done this like multiple times, right? Right now on YouTube, I'm posting every day. Before, when I first started making TikTok videos, I was making comedy skits. I was posting every day. And so many of those were like so bad. They were like really bad comedy skits that I just made, but I was like, at least they're mine. At least I'm trying. At least I'm being consistent. Because it's more about keeping promises to yourself than it is about the results that you get. Because the results, they will come after being consistent. But you can only be consistent if you keep promises to yourself. If you're focusing on momentum, you're not focusing on motivation. Because motivation, it's not going to come. It's kind of like you're trying to be a person that you haven't built the habits for, right? The more you build the habits, the more you become like the person. You don't just get the motivation for like making videos if you've never made a video, right? You haven't built the habit of making videos. So it's like focus on building momentum as much as you can. And that's kind of like, it's going to feel like you're putting the car in neutral and you have to push a little bit. It's not going to be just motivation all the way through. It's not going to be smooth sailing. Like if it was smooth sailing, then everyone would have 1 million subscribers, or their dream physique, or like be in the NBA. I don't know what your goal is, but the thing is, like, it's not going to be easy. What makes it worthwhile is the fact that it's not easy. It's the fact that not everyone does it, right? Because if everyone did it, then it wouldn't be worthwhile. It wouldn't be special. It wouldn't be worth talking about. And if you follow what you want to do in an authentic way, you become more like yourself, right? You become more like the best version of yourself. Like the more you define that and try to follow that, the more you become like that. So you might as well focus on that, because what else are you doing with your life? And listen, I'm not saying it's easy to try and become the best version of yourself. It's not easy to put the car in neutral and push it. It takes time and effort. But even though it won't be easy, I think it'll be worth it. Life's not easy, but it's worth it. Take care.